Hello there. I just realized my cell phone is playing something. Stop it. Stop you. Well, we are. I don't know how that happened because there was nothing on the screen. Whatever. You know how we are here at Earworms. Welcome to it. So tonight we are going to be talking about Jesus Christ Superstar. The focus will be on the album, which was released first. Composers Andrew Lloyd Webber, the legendary uh, musical composer, and Tim Rice, the lyricist. And basically, tonight we'll be making some references to the film, which was a little bit different, and some some other things about the whole overall concept. It was kind of controversial when it opened, and I don't know if it still is today or not. I guess it really depends on your own perspective and how you view it. And as usual, we are not controversial here, so we accept all sorts of different views on it. But we'll be talking about our thoughts, and we'll be going through song by song because I think at least I think most people can agree on the fact that the music is actually quite good. So, in any case, let's invite on our panelists here because I get a little boring after a while. Bear with me tonight. I'm not feeling my best, so I am actually going to put on my avatar and I'm going to introduce our lady here. If I click on the right thing, nope, that would be the wrong thing. Hey, hello, lady. Did I get you on screen yet? Oh, no. Yeah, tonight's not the best night. Hello.
Hello?
Hello, you're on.
Yes, yes, I see that I'm
Yeah.
on. The people
Okay.
people in my live earlier were worried about you.
Well, I mean, yeah, I wasn't feeling great. I feel well enough that I can go ahead with it tonight. We'll see. It's been a weird week. We'll even tell the story of uh, when we watched the stage production from 2000
Yes.
earlier this week. Oh my goodness, that was not a great night. But
No.
anyway, let's get Mike here first, who is also not having the greatest time.
Yeah, no.
He had to say goodbye to his oldest kitty, and
So
so
sad.
please offer your condolences to Mr. Mike Mountain Hot Gorley. All right. And of course, I miss when I click on them or try. Let's try again. Try again. Did I get them up yet, Liza? There we go.
There I am.
It's target practice with me and a mouse pointer.
Hail Scott, hail robot. Good evening.
So, anyway, condolences, Mike. We love our cats very much. And yes, it's a sad thing we do think about. Even though they have a good number of years left, we still think about it.
Yeah, it was tough. It was kind of expected but not expected. The other one that's the next to the oldest is actually looks worse. So
Oh,
I
Mike.
don't know, man. Yeah, we kind of thought he was going to go, and then all of a sudden, Levi, the oldest one, got sick.
Mhm.
So, and I
Oh,
will spare all the gory details. It just, yeah, I'm just kind of exhausted. So I'm gonna hang in for a little while, and then I'm gonna go to bed.
Okay.
okay, Mike.
Yeah, I won't be dragging it out tonight because, as I said earlier, I'm not feeling the greatest myself, and I'm not even sure exactly what it is that's wrong other than feel bad. So anyway, let's get on to this thing here, why don't we? And I guess before we bring up the slides, I guess maybe just some opening thoughts. Personally, I never saw a performance of the musical, but growing up, there was an album that I had that was not the official release, but a band that performed excerpts, and it was more than excerpts. It was like an entire album of, kind of like going from one song from Jesus Christ Superstar to another, and they were really good, and I loved the music, and but never saw a performance of it, nor the film, the 1973 film. I did see clips this week in doing the research. It looks pretty interesting, and I think I'd like to see it. But we did see the 2000 stage performance
Mm,
recording, which
yeah.
was not in front of an audience. It was
Mm,
a recorded performance, but it had, the scenery and everything. And it was, I guess, a year 2000 take on it. I guess, with different costumes and sets than the original. Um, and it's one supposedly that Andrew Lloyd Webber and Tim Rice did appreciate and thought they liked it more than the film. But I'm going to let Liza take it from here. And how did you feel about what we saw and heard this week?
was horrendous. Um, Man, this goes to really show how a bad performance can destroy a composition because I thought it was crap. And then we found a recording of the
Yeah.
1973 albums. Like, the music's great. It was just badly, badly represented. Um, and so I'm glad that I just didn't put a stamp on this is shit on
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
it was
So
hard to say. It was, of course, you hadn't seen it before or really even
no,
heard it
I've
before.
never
So,
seen it or heard it before. I came into it fresh.
yeah.
And man, oh man, again, I'm so glad that I that you found the 1973 album and we
Well, the
both get
album's 1970. Sorry.
1970 and
73 was the film that was made.
well, I'm glad we found another representation of the music because oh my gosh, night and day.
Mm.
Night
That's
and
pretty wild.
day. Yeah, Mike, oh yes. It's scary to think if you
I
put your
only seen
music in the
film, so
you put your music in the wrong hands, and someone could really destroy your reputation that way. Gosh.
Well, I wouldn't say that it was unprofessional. I mean, it sounded like a good performance of what they were going for. It's just, I don't know, it just didn't have the same vibe to it. It didn't sound like there's something about Jesus Christ Superstar, the album, where it just sounds 70s, you know? And this in the 2001, it didn't sound 70s. And some of the vocalists, like Judas, I mean, the guy could sing, but the sound of the voice was just different. It was almost like he was trying to be Freddie Mercury without actually being Freddie Mercury. And a lot of times it's like that's something that when you miss, it's bad. So anyway, Mike, we should ask your thoughts.
well, I only have the film. So I don't know this bad thing that you guys
Yeah,
saw.
but that
The
has Carl
film.
Anderson as Judas, who has a great voice.
Oh yeah, the film is great. I saw it when I was a teenager when
Mm.
it first came out. And then I tried to get it watched this week, but with everything going on, I got up to the point where Judas is about to kill himself. So
And
I
that's
got,
where we stopped.
yeah, I got probably 80% of it, and I'll watch the rest this week because it's a great movie for anyone who hasn't seen it.
Yeah.
It's, yeah, it's a really great movie.
Yeah, we stopped at that point of the 2000 production because somehow I was just feeling bad at that point. Somewhat physical, but it may have been inspired somewhat from what we were watching in a way. I don't
It
know,
was
but I was
definitely
just
in
seeing him
no.
squirming on the ground with the blood on him and everything. And the
It
way he was singing about, I was like, oh, I was getting visions of dark entities. I didn't like
it's
it.
it was a stressful thing to behold. Um part of the reason is that most of the music was screamed. Now, that has a time and place um in a production, but when it's on all the time, being bombarded with this, and at the time we were eating, you're not supposed to watch stressful things while you're
Yeah,
eating.
I
That
guess.
could really mess with your mind, man. I mean, part of your psyche is in your digestive system, and it was so stressful that I even got indigestion, and I am like Spock. I can eat a bowl of termites and it wouldn't hurt me, but
Mm.
in this case, you guys know what movie I'm referencing, right? Right. Come on, Trekkies in the chat, you know which movie I'm referencing. Nobody knows.
Well, they're at a delay,
Oh,
so give them a chance. Well,
okay.
let us call up the slides because this is not supposed to be a bash fest. We just, I guess, saw the wrong
We
thing.
saw the wrong performance.
Yeah, we were originally also going to do, like Scott requested, compare and contrast Jesus Christ Superstar with Godspell. But once I got into this and also with not feeling well this week, I just like, okay, let's just focus on Jesus Christ Superstar. And that's going to be enough material. And if I want to do it well, I need to, focus a little bit. And there's no guarantee I'm going to do it well, but I'm going to try my best. So let's see here.
Slow internet.
Okay, there we go. Oh, oh, I do have in the scene swappers included, but I'll leave him there, even though he's not with us right now. I did say if he's still not going to bed after he finishes on Mr. Brown Alliance, he could come on over. So he might join us. I don't know. It's late there. So anyway, our thumbnail this week does have Liza shifted over, so she does not obscure Jesus. But there on the left we have Mike and Liza, and then I'm on the right there doing my Kenny Rogers impersonation.
Okay. Oh my gosh, Robot got it. She got it. She got the
Of
reference.
course she would.
Yes. Thank you.
Well, just for any of the listening audience, why don't you, now that it's been answered, why don't you share it with us?
It's Dr. McCoy in Star Trek 5. Well, he was bantering with Kirk. No. It was McCoy's bean recipe that had whiskey in it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so they were talking back and forth about it. And he was serving up the beans to Spock. And Kirk made the comment, you sure you sure you want to give that to Spock? I mean, beans and whiskey, that's an explosive combination. And McCoy goes, man, no, don't even worry about it. This guy could eat a bowl of termites and it wouldn't bother him. And then Spock responds, well, I'm sad to have to remind you, Captain, but I am still half human. And then McCoy goes, well, it certainly doesn't show. And then Spock says, thank you. And then McCoy says, this guy never changes. You insult him and he takes it as a compliment. And then he goes on to say, well, you two can drive a man to drink. And then Kirk goes, me, what did I do? Okay, so I'm not going to quote Star Trek 5, but I love
Okay, all right.
that.
Yeah. She is the script. Okay.
Yes, I love that movie. We have to do it one day.
Oh, yeah.
Number 5 with Cybok.
All righty, folks. So anyway, the thumbnail does not include a picture of a performance that, as you could tell with the Jesu Superstar, it's AI. And so, as usual, I throw in my AI creations. Well, let us move forward here, and we're going to take a look at. Now, we are focusing on the album, and the album was released in 1970. The show did not hit Broadway until 71, and then it didn't hit London stages until 72. Uh, they decided to release the album first because um, they didn't know that they would be able to get the funding to do the stage show until, it was kind of proven or something like that. And so they decided to get some great musicians together and record a great album and release it. And that's what they did. Now, when it was released in the UK, it had a different cover than this. This cover was used in the US release, and it did very well. I guess they probably in later releases, went with this cover for the UK. I don't have a copy of the UK edition here, but I just remember that being a story that somehow it didn't go over as well. And so the US is where it really led, even though Weber and Rice are, live in the UK. They went with the Broadway appearance and touring the US first. At that time, there was a number of unauthorized productions trying to do it too, which was kind of interesting. But we're here to talk about the album, so we will do so now.
Oh, we got 29 people watching. Wow.
I guess Brown just let out. So welcome, folks, that we're watching Mr. Brown Alliance.
Hello.
We're talking Jesus Christ Superstar, the album. Music by these guys, Andrew Lloyd Webber and Tim Rice. Both UK gentlemen, and they're both still with us unless something happened. Their dates show they're still with us. And so this duo did work on before this the Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. And that was actually somewhat biblical in nature. Joseph meaning from the Old Testament, the Joseph who went to Egypt. Well, with a Technicolor Dreamcoat. All right. So anyway, let us go onward here, and just a few fun facts about the album. There we go. Released in 1970, then the Broadway and the U.S. tour in 71, and then the London. It debuted in 1972. And let's see here. I'm just like looking at this. Yes, Andrew Lloyd Webber was the composer, and Tim Rice was the writer. In Wikipedia, Andrew Lloyd Webber is Baron Andrew Lloyd Webber, and Tim Rice is Sir Timothy something something Rice. He's got a couple names in the middle there. All right, but on the album, the original release, Jesus was performed by Ian Gillan. Now, remember, this is a musical album. It's just recording, and so there was no stage performance associated with the album, and it was different performers who did the debut in the U.S. and London and so forth. And there's been tons of people that performed these roles over the years. But the vocal style was first set by Ian Gillan.
Wow. And yeah, I was just looking because I was wondering, I'm like, is that Ian Gillan of Deep Purple? Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, wow.
And then
I did
of
not know that.
One Night in Bangkok fame, Murray Head was Judas. And he had a voice, I tell you. an amazing voice. I mean, both, all three of these people that I'm featuring here had great voices and everything. And so, they kind of like set the bar high for people to follow afterwards. But Mary Head, did a great performance as vocal performance as Judas Iscariot. Later, there was performances by like Carl Anderson, who was very memorable in the film, and Ben Vereen, believe it or not, which actually was a very memorable performance. Yvonne Elliman was the Mary Magdalene voice. Some beautiful songs there. I think my favorite songs are from her and Judas, of course.
And she
All
was
right.
also in the movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ian Gillan apparently wanted a lot of money, not only for him. I was just looking this up because I wanted to see if it was him. He wanted a large sum of money to play Jesus in the movie, and he also wanted the band Deep Purple to be paid because he would have to take time out of their touring schedule.
Oh,
So that's why he did not get the part.
wow.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That I just new stuff to learn.
Yeah. Well, not all movie productions are, are, are funded with billions. So,
No, no. I mean, obviously they were putting an album out ahead of a movie
hmm
and a production, so clearly they were on budget.
yeah. And we have, I put also here some of the other musicians because, especially the guitarists on the album, the guitars are awesome and everything. So that's coming in page 2. But right now, Victor Blocks was Caiaphas, head of the Pharisees, and we have here Barry Denon, not to be, not to be confused with Bobby Darin, but Barry Denon was Pontius Pilate or Pontius Pilate.
Huh.
Okay, so anyway, guitar. Do you know these names at all? Neil Hubbard and Henry McCullough.
Henry McCullough
Mike,
sounds familiar for some reason.
because the guitars sound awesome on the album.
Oh, yeah, the guitar. Oh, yeah, it starts out with the guitar.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Bass, we have two bassists, Alan Shepard and Alan Wayhall. I didn't look up why. Maybe, one person could only do some of the songs and had another gig. I don't know. But anyway, piano/organ was Peter Robinson. Very good. Drums, Bruce Rowland. There was another drummer, because I saw drums listed a second time later after the orchestra. But I only had so much space, so the main drummer, Bruce Rowland. And then saxophone, we had Chris Mercer, who I am not familiar with, even though I'm a saxophonist, but
Shame.
the saxophone parts were very good. And I can't read the last line because we have a chat there from Scott. All right, it was recorded at 3 different studios: Olympic Studios, Advision, and Island Studios in the UK. So that's it took 3 locations. I guess one of them, probably Advision, is the here. I'm just guessing. Yeah, that's great. I'm just guessing. I believe that might have been the sound stage, where you could have an orchestra and everything. And of course, some choir stuff. Now, let us move on here to the overture. I guess we won't say much here because there's no lyrics to talk about. But the overture, quite nice. As you said, starts with guitars. It kind of sets it right. And of course, after a little bit, you do hear some of the themes throughout the musical, as is customary with an overture. So that would be track 1. And then the second track, here we go. This is where it begins in earnest, with Heaven on Their Minds, sung by the Judas character.
Judas. Yep.
And yeah, guitar leading this out. I can't sing it right, but it's awesome guitar
Which
line.
becomes a reoccurring theme.
Yeah. And you know what? I think I am going to play a little bit of this. I know I should announce right now, those of you who are watching us on the rewind, at some point, it may not be right away, but at some point, these musical pieces will be clipped out. But you'll be able to follow along with us because I'm going to show you where they reside. We're going to play them off of um, YouTube Music, which I found to be a great way to, play music for the stream. Um, Share screen. I should have called this up first, but I'm not the swiftest today. Oh, there we go. Okay, so if you're watching us on the rewind, just pop up another tab, open up music.youtube.com, search for Jesus Christ Superstar in this album cover, and you'll have it because this will eventually get clipped out. So anyway, here we go. We are going to play Heaven on Their Minds to get a taste as to what people heard after the overture, first sung piece on the album. Story begins. Here we go. And that's the overture. Hey, you got a taste of the overture. Whoa! What the heck am I doing?
We don't know.
Heaven on their minds. I missed.
Lawrence, I don't think we're getting audio for the audience. No audio.
No audio.
No
Oh
audio.
my goodness. Well, there's really no more that I do. Let's try this. Because it's just supposed to happen, I'm supposed to play that and Evie Muck shares it. Let me try loading it one more time and we'll see here. Oh, wait a minute. You guys don't even see it, do you? I came back here and what the heck is going on?
I don't.
Yeah, it's not just no audio. You weren't seeing my screen at all for music.youtube.com.
No.
Okay, and I have everything selected properly here. Do you see it yet? Oh, I know why.
What's up?
It was my fault again. I did the same thing last week. Uh-huh. We have to go to share screen rather than shared video. There are two different sets or two different scenes. Okay. There we go. There we go. Okay, there. Now you see it, right?
Nope.
You don't? Liza, do you
There
see
it is. There it is.
Okay, there we
got
go.
it now.
Okay. All righty. And so I'm going to rewind here, if it lets me. And we're going to hear this from the beginning. Not from the beginning of the album, but have action in there. So there we go. Obviously, I guess one thing that's controversial about this, even though Judas is pretty much traditionally known as, yes, the disciple that turned on Jesus and turned him into the Roman authorities, thus doing a bad thing. In this case, it starts with him and kind of gives a little bit of an explanation. The story begins in basically the week leading up to Passover when, it ends with the crucifixion. And this is just before going to Jerusalem for Palm Sunday. Well, it wasn't called Palm Sunday at the time, but that's what it's commemorated as. And basically, the idea is you get the feeling that Jesus and Judas were, you know, aligned together in the same group, and Judas was a devoted apostle, but he has some issues, and mainly the issue is that he's down with the whole helping the people thing and miracles and cures and taking care of the people and the Jewish people and everything, but he's not exactly down with the whole. He just doesn't understand it, like the whole God thing or God in living form. He's not certain that that's true, and he thinks that that's just going to cause trouble because the people view Jesus as a king, and the king's going to replace Rome or whatever, and they have different visions that could basically lead all of them, all the Jewish people, into some big problems. So that's really what his concern is. And so, anybody else have some things to say?
I like the guitar riff, man.
The
Yeah.
guitar riff is
D, E, and C. The hard part's getting the picking down.
oh wow, Mike. Wait, turn that up, Mike.
I can. I'm not plugged in.
Oh, do you have an amp? Get an amp.
Just get an amp.
I can move the mic closer, maybe. I don't know.
Oh,
Trying to get the picking down. That's the hard part.
oh, Mike.
Yeah, I'll play with that. There you go. But
That is an
The three different
It's a
sections
cool
of the
riff.
song that I played are really cool, especially they flow into each other, and I really like that one. I believe it's 5/4. Either that or 7/4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it,
1
it,
2
it
3
shifts
4
to
1
an
2 3 1 2
irregular.
3 4 1 2 3. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe 7/8.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, cool
No, I just had
stuff.
to grab my guitar. Was like, it's only 3 notes. Surely I can figure this out.
So
It is a
anyway,
cool riff.
yeah, it's
And the vocals were good. Oh my god.
yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I had I hadn't seen it since I was a teenager. I was like, wow, we're kind of starting out with Judas. But yeah,
Yeah.
he does a great job of it.
Yeah.
Yep, Murray Head. One night in Bangkok makes a hard man humble.
Really? It was that guy?
Yeah,
Oh.
of course, that one was later, and that was used in the musical Chess. So there we go. Heaven on their minds. That's basically the idea that they have heaven on their minds now. This is not Judas. This character was this portrayal of Judas was more interested in taking care of the people and the charitable works and so forth, and he was worried about the people if they were seen as revolutionary, and Jesus was seen as revolutionary by this point, not to begin with, but by this point. So basically, this whole story begins like in the middle of the adventure, towards the end. Well, I guess we should say the last week, in fact.
I mean, would this be considered a passion?
I guess so.
Big
I mean,
passion
is the
story?
passion just, yeah, I guess the passion is everything from Palm Sunday up to the crucifixion
That's
and
what I think.
resurrection.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, heaven on their minds, and then track 2. We're not going to play all of them, folks. Did I just go backwards? I'm doing every single thing wrong tonight. Maybe we weren't meant to do this musical. So you get the idea where I guess Judas believes that Jesus is human and not divine necessarily, and is not down with the path that Jesus has been taking at least now leading up to this this last week. So what's the buzz? Now this one also leads into like a second song that is really all one track, um, called Strange Thing Happening or Strange Thing Mystifying. We're not going to play all the songs, but this is the one, Liza. I don't know if you remember, but early on where the people, like the followers of Jesus, are all going somewhere, and they're just like, "What's the buzz? Mm-hmm. What's the buzz?" Doing all 70s jive sort of things and stuff. but this is coming from like the hippie era and everything, and I don't know. It's like I guess this is his version of something's happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear. That one. It's his version of that same type of thing. Kind of like, what's the buzz? What's going on? Because these are people that are, oppressed by the authorities, and and I guess there was parallels being made the way this was portrayed between the hippie kind of revolution and the authorities, and so I don't know. Mike, do you have anything to say about that?
Oh, sorry, man. I went and grabbed my dutar. Now I'm playing it on my dutar.
Oh, can we hear that? Can we hear that, Mike?
Yeah, but rather than me recount the whole story, let's just have.
This is interesting. Oh, Mike! Oh.
Badass.
Oh, Mike, there has to be a cover now, Mike. Mike, there has to
Well,
be.
I mean, it might get the only the only thing with riffs is, without everything else, it kind of gets boring after a few minutes. But it's like,
Well, I mean,
No, I mean that actually with the sound of the instrument, as getting into the whole like trance out on it. Like
yeah,
to see what you do with the.
well, yeah, yeah, it's nice with that. Yeah.
oh, Scott likes it too. Okay, it's done, Mike. You got to do a cover.
Oh God.
Oh yes.
Liza does tend to give people stuff to do. All right,
I know how to love you. Yeah, I don't.
well, that one's coming up right now. It's her first one. Everything's all right.
Yeah,
So this,
there you go.
here we go with Mary Magdalene. Yeah, my AI generation software likes to give me more than one of what I request. But anyway, let's take a listen to that. I think we're going to hear this one because I don't know. I really like it. But anyway, so yes, this play does have Mary Magdalene in it. Play musical does have Mary Magdalene in it. Album, actually, we're not even on the music.
Oh yeah, that's what some of the that there was some controversy surrounding the whole Mary Magdalene in this movie.
Of course.
Quite a bit.
Yeah. Of
Because
course.
they, placed a lot more importance and her relationship and love of Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah, and at some point, Judas does even make some remarks like as if she were the same person as the prostitute.
Yeah, that's the only thing that kind of got me. I didn't think they would play up the prostitute thing because, I mean,
Well,
there's no evidence of that.
yeah, but since that's been the story, I guess a lot of the people that do commentary on the story are going to do it that way. We still, well, at least in the version we saw, there was a blonde Jesus and everything. So, it's kind of like I compare this sometimes in my mind to The Last Temptation of Christ, the Martin Scorsese film with the Peter Gabriel score. And,
Haven't
you
heard
know,
about that.
Mary Magdalene in that he also does portray her as the prostitute for sure, because he's doing commentary on the
Yeah, they don't say it directly,
relationship.
but yeah, it's even she
Yeah.
says something about being with a lot of men. But
Yep.
there are some historians that think she's Mary from Magdala and that she might have actually had money and possibly funded some of Jesus's ministry.
Hmm.
I don't know that there's any hard evidence for that, but it's
Yep.
interesting.
It's
Just
interesting.
throw it out for food for thought.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least in this telling, it is she is like Jesus's girlfriend,
Oh
and
yeah, yeah, and a lot of the churches didn't like that.
yep. So here we go. Everything's all right.
Everything's all right.
Can you do it?
It says no. How dare you?
I'm I'm trying to do it from within EV Mux. I'm
Oh.
not actually clicking on the window. I'm
Uh,
clicking on the preview in EVMux. Oh my god, I
okay,
don't
more
know.
Mike on Dutar. Come on.
We're awesome on this album.
Yeah. It not like this in the rendition we saw.
Yeah, the year 2000 version.
Woof.
But anyway, yeah, one of my favorites on the album. But basically, she's reassuring Jesus because the audience member, they're just getting into the story now. But obviously, it seems like troubled times. You can infer. You have to infer a lot, especially just listening to the album and not seeing it on stage. You have to infer a lot, and basically, you get the idea that all right, it looks like they're starting to be seen as revolutionaries. Jesus is embodying his role, and you got some issues with Judas about it, and then of course Mary Magdalene. You get the idea there. Oh,
Had dialogue. Mozart
yeah,
was all about, you know, of course he was all about the music, but he was all about the drama too.
hmm
Oh
he
yes.
also didn't really care for the castrati.
Nope, he didn't, because he felt like it's not convincing to have men play women's parts. And it was at the time it was, you know, in that time a little bit before Mozart, Gluck was fighting to get women on the stage, in pushing women to have careers in music and things, because women weren't. It was seen as taboo for a woman to have a public, to be in public, to have a public career, and not just be a homemaker. So
hmm
that's why women weren't allowed on stage in the Baroque period, and that's why the castrati existed.
Yeah,
And
it's like in order to make this work, we're gonna have to chop something off of the men. It's
yeah,
like, oh my,
and they destroyed the lives in many cases of those men.
yeah.
Yeah, and they shortened their lifespan. They had very painful lives. The story of the castrati were a very sad story.
Well, let us move on then, so we don't get any more sad than we already are.
Yeah.
Um, this Jesus must die. Well, they come out and say it, don't they? And this is another thing that was kind of controversial. Is they felt that the Pharisees, led by Caiaphas, were just monstrous and rabid and everything like that. It's like, well, I don't know. Uh,
Maybe they were.
Yeah, maybe they were. I guess maybe it was just like maybe if they appeared more reserved and sinister as opposed to being as well. I mean, if you think about the time and stuff, even though none of us lived then, it was pretty brutal if you think about it. And so, yeah,
Nailing
it
people on the
probably
cross? Yeah, a little bit.
you probably had barbarism at all different levels of
Oh God, yeah,
hierarchy.
all over Europe.
Yeah,
Still
Also,
to
I
this
think fun
day.
when people romanticize stuff and won't reconstruct stuff like it was this big spiritual time, and it's like, no, they were torturing people and hanging people on crosses. Yeah, for a long time.
hmm
Yeah, people really ought to look up the history.
yeah,
Like, it's not pretty.
yep, and no flush toilets.
No.
Yeah.
That's
Nope.
one.
Okay.
There you go.
Uh,
But yeah, this movie it's interesting how in many ways it combines modern with those times. I mean, you got Roman soldiers carrying machine guns. Yeah, it's like, what the
oh
heck?
yeah, my imagery here is not from the musical, nor has anything to do with the album. It's
But
AI
I mean,
generated.
going along, but the
In
Lord,
case nobody noticed so far.
yeah,
Uh, but yeah, but one of the other controversies, yeah, was this portrayal, and the Anti-Defamation League felt that this could lead to problems with Jewish-Christian relations. And it's like, well, um, I mean, if people have enough maturity to just know that, okay, just because these Pharisees were Jewish, well, so were Jesus and his followers, but it doesn't mean those leaders, because they're Jewish, that's the way Jewish people are. I mean, I don't know. I mean, yeah, there's people that probably, can get that way, and have some hate because of things, and just but it's like, but everybody was Jewish there except for the Romans.
Well, some people don't
I don't
like
know.
anything,
Yeah, that's true.
just haters.
But anyway, that's the part where in those songs, that's where Caiaphas basically expresses their desire to kill Jesus. So, for those who don't know, the Pharisees were basically, all of Jerusalem and the Jewish people were under Roman occupation and rule, but they still had their own local hierarchy. There was still a king. And in this, it seems like it's still Herod. As far as I know, Herod was king during around the time of Jesus's birth, but I didn't know that he
I didn't
was
know that
killed.
either.
I
That
don't know.
yeah.
Well, anyway, we get to that later,
Yeah,
but
he tried to have him killed.
yeah, but that
Was it the same Herod? It couldn't have been, right?
I think it was. I don't know.
Question
yeah.
mark?
Well, maybe they just chose Herod. Well, I don't remember if Herod explicitly was noted as dying before Jesus
You're right. You're right.
crucifixion. So maybe he was still king. I don't know. It just wasn't mentioned, I don't think. But since Herod is a name people know, obviously they're going to use the character Herod as king of the Jews. And then there was the Pharisees, who were kind of like leaders of the temple and everything. And so they have their own hierarchy. It's kind of like when you're oppressed, sometimes your hierarchy turns on itself. And so, but no, they didn't like the idea of Jesus being referred to a lot of people as the king.
Now, both hierarchies were bad, totalitarian
Oh, yeah.
type things. There was no freedom of speech on either side there.
No.
So,
But yeah, and what was I going to say? Yeah, later Jesus does say, when he's being grilled by Pontius Pilate, that he said, you say, as if he didn't proclaim himself to be a king. So I don't know. But the idea is the Pharisees wanted him dead, because there was still a power grab there. Then Hosanna. This is the song when they arrived to Jerusalem, which is commemorated by Palm Sunday. Jesus riding in on a donkey, and this song is like of the people, kind of like not only kind of singing out about Passover, but also the arrival of Jesus and everything. And this is also once again kind of leading to what this and what's the buzz. It's kind of like the way the people are acting around Jesus. This is part of what Judas was concerned about. It's like, all right, you guys, if you keep worshiping and following him like that, and Jesus, if you keep acting like this leader who wants to be the king and overthrow the Romans, although I don't think Jesus was really professing overthrowing the Romans. It was
no,
just
he wasn't
seen
at
that
all.
way. He was seen that way.
Exactly, yeah.
And but Judas was still like, this is problematic, because you're just going to get all the people following you hurt or killed. So anyway, and then right after this, there's a song that kind of like talks about that point. Simon Zealot, and that's a picture of Simon Zealot, at least according to Stable Diffusion. Poor Jerusalem.
Why couldn't you find a real picture of the guy?
I don't do that.
No.
I do Stable Diffusion.
Mike.
And of course, that's why we have two.
Look at me. I'm looking up Herod, and I found out there was two different Herods.
Oh,
Okay, tell
Herod
us.
Senior and Herod Junior.
Herod, yeah, the exact no. And the first one was just called Herod the Great. He was king of Judea from 37 BCE to 4 BCE. So, but supposedly he was around when Jesus was born. That kind of doesn't make sense. But anyway, he was. And then Herod Antipas, I'm probably saying that wrong, was the one that was in charge when he was responsible for John the Baptist and Jesus Christ.
Ooh.
He's the one that wanted
Well,
John the
then it must have
Baptist to be his.
followed each other close by if one was around at the birth and
Well, Robot has some information here. She says, yeah, Herod ordered all male babies under age 2 to be
Yep.
slain. He died only a few years later, so he wasn't around for
oh,
Christ's
okay.
ministry.
All right.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
first
But
Herod.
the other Herod was.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Cool beans.
Confusing.
We
All
are
right.
learning things.
Yes.
On
Because
the
I know
ride.
Jesus lived about
Oh, wait a minute.
33
Here we
years.
go. It says that yeah, he was the son of Herod the Great.
Yeah.
So
There we go.
So they were related. So two Herods, but yeah, one was dad, and the other one was the son.
There we go.
The
We got.
son that killed the son.
Yep.
Okay. Now let me see. Let me
There
grab
you
my
go.
arrow keys here. All righty. And yeah, the chat should do the show. I think probably
The
do a better
chat
job
should
than
do
me.
the show. They are very well read, very well researched individuals.
hmm
Yeah. I
All
still
right.
want that riff tutorial, Mike.
Okay.
It must happen. East Moose side.
Now this is one section when you saw it this week, you were kind of like taken aback by Pilate's dream. You were kind of like, I guess the way it was portrayed, it wasn't quite clear that he just had a dream and woke up and was singing about but this is in fact what he's doing. He's singing about a premonition, a dream he had and a premonition of what was going to be happening and basically the dilemma of conscience that he has to face. I don't know if it's so much of a dilemma of just like, um, don't send people to their deaths.
Yeah.
That might be a good,
That would resolve the dilemma, wouldn't
yeah.
it? Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So you could,
That to me in the movie did not make sense. And
well,
I didn't understand it what was going on when it was happening. Again, it could have been helped with a little dialogue.
now I happen to believe that people are responsible for their actions and decisions. So I don't, you know, I think Pontius Pilate was definitely responsible for his decision
Oh yes.
and everything. But I think in a lot of ways, some takes on the story try to. Now, yeah, the Pharisees definitely involved. I mean, they were just as responsible too, because that was their intention. But the whole idea where Pontius Pilate was like, "Oh no, you people, you decided this. I said I'd set him free, but you chose Barbarous or whatever," and it's like, mm,
You allowed it to happen
yeah,
under your rule. You cannot wash your hands.
right.
It's like certain parts of our societies. It's just follow orders blindly and do bad things. You are responsible for those bad things. You, not the person who told you to
And that's
do it.
why the leaders don't do their own dirty work.
Exactly. They don't have to because
hmm
you'll do it for them for a paycheck.
So anyway, this dream I think was trying to reinforce kind of like that concept that at least in a lot of interpretations of the story it prevails. It's like, oh no, Pontius Pilate was willing to let Jesus go, and no, and he had such a dilemma. It was the Pharisees that pushed him to do. Yeah, the Pharisees he ruled over. All right. Well, anyway, we move along, and I think we will play something again soon. I think we're going to have to do Mary Magdalene's other feature because I can't play everything because it takes forever to cut these things out, even though YouTube does it in an automated way. It takes like a better part of a day because it sits there and it works on it, and then you have to come back and check to see if it's done. And then sometimes it doesn't succeed, and we have to do it manually. So anyway, I got to keep the music playing actually to a minimum. But we are definitely going to do uh, Mary's other feature, her beautiful soliloquy coming up. But anyway, the temple comes next, and I think this is where the money changers are involved, and Jesus throws them out. So it's another great song. I wish I could actually play music on YouTube. freely at least, not have to play only a little bit here and there. But anyway, we move along. Sorry, once again, I am having mouse clicking problems. There we go. And here we are. Everything's All Right reprise. So it's just a reprise of the earlier song because, once again, it's just after Jesus kicks out the moneylenders or money changers. And that's right. In the Old Testament, it was pretty much, and in the New Testament, at least at first, it was pretty much um, not good for you to charge usury, basically charging interest on things. It's either give or not give. But anyway, Mary is here to sing Everything's Going to Be All Right, or Everything's All Right. She's saying it is all right. Not going to be, but it is all right, even though it's not quite.
What's with this image you chose? Is this more stable diffusion art?
What do you think?
Ah, man,
All of this is stable diffusion.
but you gotta be more discerning when you select. Oh, this one's especially atrocious.
Why?
Well, zoom in and take a look at it.
Oh, you mean the hand thing?
No.
Atrocious.
Zoom in, take a look at it.
Yeah. Yeah, I see hands that don't look quite right.
No, it's not just the hands. Zoom
Okay.
in, look at it, look at this very carefully. Look, Scott's laughing at you.
Why? What is it? I know it doesn't. She doesn't look all. Neither one looks all that attractive or anything.
Scott, there's no winning here. There's no winning.
Well, Liza, just tell me, what is your problem with the whole
Looks
thing?
like the Mary Magdalene on the left, a part of her face is missing, like it's been mauled by a dog.
Well, I
This
thought just a shadow.
No, it's not just a shadow.
Well, such is life in this domain, in this three-dimensional reality. All right, so let us move along. We heard the first version of that, and now she stays and sings, I don't know how to love him. And this, she kind of sings as a soliloquy until Judas so rudely interrupts her after. And that's where he starts saying some things about her that I don't know. I guess he's going along with that story that she was the prostitute. But anyway, but here we go. Probably one of the more memorable songs from the whole musical. Well, I mean, they're all memorable. Sure, there isn't a dud in it, but this one, I guess, really stands out. Everything's all right, and I don't know how to love him. Here we go.
Lawrence, you got zero audio.
What?
Audience is getting zero audio, remember. The setup,
Oh,
yeah.
I thought I clicked the scene.
No.
There we go. Yeah, I'm just sitting here listening. Everybody's like, okay,
Yep, there's
nothing's
Scott
happening.
telling you zero audio.
Well, thank you. But the thing is, when I click on these things, it takes me to the other tab to where I'm playing this, so I don't see anything. If you haven't, you got to hear this stuff. All righty. So, yeah, and then afterwards, once again, I got to keep the clips a little bit shorter. I already played some pretty long ones earlier. Um, this piece then transitions into where Judas comes and and you actually had the interpretation in what we watched that he might have been, jealous of Jesus or something.
Yes.
I don't think I don't know.
Yeah,
That may have
he
been someone.
seemed like he wanted Mary Magdalene for himself
Mm.
in the production that we watched.
Oh, I don't know if it was that way in the original. At least from with the album. I mean, all you have is lyrics to go by, and it seemed more like, well, maybe.
It seemed like that was in the movie his motivation to turn in Jesus, and all the other stuff he was singing about was just garbage.
Mike, do you happen to have the lyrics at hand?
Maybe.
Yeah, you mentioned. I emailed Mike earlier saying, "Hey, if we need to do some lyrics at times."
Let's see.
Ooh, Mike's on camera. Is he gonna give us a tutorial?
Oh, well, what do you want to know about this? I don't know how to love him, what to do, how to
Well, no, it's Judas's thing right after that.
Judas.
Yeah.
Now, if I help you, it matters that you see. These sword kind of things are coming hard to me. It's taken me some time to work out what you do. I weighed the whole thing up before I came to you. I have no thought at all about my own reward. I really didn't come here of my own accord.
Oh,
Just don't say I'm damned for all time.
wait a minute. Maybe the production we saw had an added bit, because I know like the film had an added song that wasn't on the album. Maybe the production we saw had something added, because there was something where Judas was talking to her about, singing to her about her past and everything, and trying to make her feel bad and guilty.
Could be,
So,
but I have a surprise for Liza before I go to
Ooh.
die.
oh, should I put you on the main
Yes,
stage?
put Mike on the main stage.
Oh my God, there I am. Hello, folks.
Hey, there's Mike.
Familiar?
Ooh, Leather Rose. Nice to
Yeah,
see her
well,
again.
I'm going to try a slide rendition.
Mike! Oh my gosh, I'm gonna learn how to play
Yeah,
this.
can you hear this?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, Mike. Oh, Mike,
All right.
tell,
Oh,
tell me what fret markers you're using there, sir.
uh, well, you start out on the, well, you got it numbered 5, but it's fret 7,
Okay.
and then 8,
Okay.
and then back to 5.
Well,
Okay.
Liza, I guess the 5 means the 5th.
Scale degree 5.
Yeah, that's how she's got it, but it's the
Yeah.
7th fret.
Yeah.
7th fret. Got it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So now I
Yes.
guess I'm
Nice.
gonna have to listen to the album and figure out some kind of dang medley,
Medley.
some kind of medley. But
Oh,
there you
no.
go. Good night, everybody.
Good night, Mike.
Good night, Mike.
Thank you for doing that.
You're welcome.
Condolences for your kitty.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
But I still got to go to work.
Oh, man.
So I'm going to try and mellow out and go to bed. So good night, everybody. See you
Good
next
night.
Night.
All right, folks. Yeah, this week we're gonna finish this up now.
Really fast.
Yeah, no, I clicked the wrong one. No, we'll finish the slides, and we'll
Yeah.
be calling it a night. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do the stream today. I was feeling bad early.
We don't hear you, Lawrence. Your audio's gone. At least I don't hear you. Chat, can you hear Lawrence? Yeah, yeah, 0 audio. Yeah. Nope. Yeah. I think, Lawrence, you're gonna have to log out and come back in. Shameless plug, folks. That Leather Rose guitar that Mike was playing, I built that. Go to psycheopera.com, folks. Check out what I've built.
Okay, how about now?
Now I can hear you. Yay.
Good, very good. All right, so yeah, I got a warning that came up on the screen that said that yeah, you lost audio. It's like, yeah, why did you do that? Telling me like it isn't your fault.
Evie Monks is misbehaving. I mean, one of these days we're going to have to try OBS for your stream.
Now here's the real Last Supper. This would have been a banger.
Aye.
Look at all those people.
This is AI Last Supper, folks.
Yeah.
Stable
Well,
diffusion.
remember Monty Python did the skit with Michelangelo and the Pope, and it was Michelangelo, right? No, who did the Last Supper? Da Vinci.
Da Vinci.
Yeah. All right.
Well, a lot of artists did the Last Supper, but the famous one is Da Vinci.
Yeah. Well, the Pope was complaining that he had put in like 3 Jesuses and a bunch of conjurers and some camels and stuff. So I guess that was the early stable diffusion. Well, in any case, here we go. Yeah, so they had a Last Supper, and what did you think about the communion moment where he says, "Maybe someday you could think of this as my blood," and the lyrics were exactly like that. You know, like someday you could think of this as my blood, almost like it was a suggestion. I don't know. It was interesting, but yes, they did have the Last Supper. And then Gethsemane. This is, yeah, and there's like, yeah, a subtitle for it. I only want to say, man, this was one that really affected me when I watched it, even though we were watching not a great production, just the lyrics.
Yeah, the
were
lyrics
powerful.
were powerful. Oh, we have Swap Shop in here.
Is he here?
I have him up in the chat. He says, I wonder if Microsoft Image Creator would be an improvement over unstable diffusion. Thinking. Yes,
Well-
it would. I think so. Anything would be better than stable diffusion.
Well, you know, I wish I should try writing prompts to say, a picture of Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane by himself and no extra stunt Jesus.
Yes, you have to improve your prompts. That's it. That's the problem. I don't think so. But
One Jesus, one garden.
yes.
No, what is that? A Tibetan monk there down in the lower right? I don't know. No, he's not bald. So
You're going to have to be very, 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 very specific when you talk to stable diffusion.
always wants to give you more. But no, this is really strong, and it does have him where he, as the Bible indicates, where he was asking Father not to lead him down this path. And of course, here it was definitely more wordy because of the lyrics, but beautifully expressed. But he does decide that no, in order to save humanity, he must go ahead and drinketh of the cup. And so the cup of poison, as he calls it in the song. But very good lyrics. I mean, throughout, but there it was like really reached me. And that's probably, part of what disturbed me even more, because I'm thinking about my own mortality and what would I do in his place and everything. Oh man. The arrest. So now here's the thing. Judas, before we passed that song where, let me go back just to get the name right. Damned for all eternity, something like that. Right here. Come on. No, not the Last Supper. There is something. Yeah, there we are. Damned for all time. There we go. Blood money. Because Judas really didn't do this for the 30 pieces of silver. Um, Although I think Caliphus does give him like some indication like that's how it's going to be seen, or, just to make him feel bad. You get someone to do your dirty work for you, and then you kick them while they're down after they do it. But yeah, Judas felt he was doing what was right. And basically the idea was that, the people are going to suffer if they're seen as a revolutionary. So we need to sell out Jesus now. So that,
I don't know, but in the movie, it seemed like he wanted Mary Magdalene and wanted Jesus kind of to step aside. I don't know. It might
now
have
when you
just
say
been
the movie, say the 2000
the
production.
yes, the
Yeah.
2000
Because what's
production.
usually considered to be the movie is the 1973 one.
Right, right. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, but I don't know. I mean, that one scene, he did seem like he was the.
Well, in the opening scene with Mary Magdalene too, he was coming on to her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
you didn't notice?
well, I don't see great. I don't see subtleties like that, I
Well,
guess. All right. So, yeah, that might be implied too, or maybe that's how it was choreographed.
yeah, it was off the
I,
choreography then.
I think more than anything else. But then, anyway, here, the arrest, and this is where Jesus says, "Do it." He's like challenging him to do it. Turn me in. Go ahead. Because I guess Judas is still feeling guilty and stuff. But yeah, it's one of those things where he felt like this is what has to be done for the people, I guess. Well, at least that's what he expressed. Who knows how that was intended? But
Ooh, just sorry to interrupt, but Swapper's doing a little recording for chapter 10. Woo!
oh, Star Wars retold, folks.
Can't
So
wait
if
for
you're on
that.
YouTube, look. If you're hearing us later sometime and you haven't heard of this channel yet, on YouTube, search for Star Wars Retold. And
Sub.
yeah, Praxima the Pathfinder's great story that picks up where The Force Awakens leaves off, basically replaces Return of the Jedi and goes a different direction. It starts where it's supposed to start and then gradually goes a little bit differently. And some
Yes.
really inventive, beautiful stuff going on there. Now, the arrest. So Jesus does get arrested. They did stay true to things there. And then we have Peter's denial already. Hold on. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, well, I know it was definitely after the arrest. I didn't know it was right away. But yeah, Peter's denial. So we know that from the Bible where Jesus even predicted it. He said, "You will deny me before the cock crows 3 times." Or no, you'll deny me 3 times before the cock crows. And so, and in fact, that's what happens. I think they only actually have one in this version, but basically is the idea. And the song is about that. One of his apostles denying his association with Jesus because he's afraid. Although being honest about it just to get arrested and crucified too, I don't know what that accomplishes, but anyway, I guess it's something about being honest all the time, no matter what you might have to face. It's a tall order, especially when death is involved. But
It's a very tall order.
Pilate and Christ. So here, there's a lot of people here for just being Pilate and Christ, and I don't know who's who. But
Um,
anyway, yeah, it's Stable
yeah.
Diffusion, and oh, this is there's 2 songs because this is before the actual trial, and it says generally understood where Pilate is almost kind of giving him a little bit of an out, but Jesus keeps honest and says that his kingdom is in heaven. He's not interested in an earthly kingdom. But Pilate doesn't like things being upset. They have an order there in Rome, and people upsetting the order is not good. We need to keep these Pharisees happy, so they keep you people ruled underneath us, and that sort of thing. And then we move on to King Herod. Now this, I don't know. Even when I hear the version from the album, I'm like, oh, it's not my favorite. I guess it's the one I like the least in the whole thing, because it's kind of like a game show Herod or something like that. And just the way it's done, the whole tone of the music and stuff changes. Basically Herod is saying that, I'm the only king, that there's no other king, and, you know, you can't handle this, buddy. So anyway, Liza, if you're talking over there, I don't hear you. I just hear you through the door.
No, not talking.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
But anyway, what did you think of Herod's song?
Don't know why they went the route of, I don't know. The genre doesn't even come to mind anymore.
Should we play it at all? I
No.
guess maybe. No?
No. Can we play Mike's riff again? Because I'm trying to pick it out here. All I need is distortion.
You want me to play that song again?
No. I'll watch Mike's tutorial on the replay.
I think he said something like G, C, D, E.
No, he gave me fret markers.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I just have to go back and listen to. What I need to pick out is the rhythm.
Like that.
I'm out of tune. Anyways, I'll work on that later. And then
Yes.
when I can play it, I will come on with some distortion. Oh, yeah.
It sounds like a drunken night in Barcelona.
Drunken night in Barcelona.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to move along from King Herod. But, folks that think that's an awesome song, more power to you. But that was the one that I was like, eh. But anyway, and then Judas's death. This is where I had a panic attack. In the version we were watching.
No, we stopped it before this.
No. I remember seeing this. He's like on the floor, kind of squirming around. There's blood on his shirt in this version, and he's like talking about how he's going to be dragged through the mud and everything. I don't know. He's basically thinking about his future and how there really isn't much of one, because
when
no one's
was
gonna
this
like him now.
the Blood Money song?
No, that was earlier.
Okay, I missed this part somehow. I probably walked away at this point.
Oh well, that's where I started having the panic attack and had to stop. Oh man, it was just. I mean, this is deep stuff, and a lot of it was just hitting me deep. And I don't know. There might have been some entities around or something.
There was more. I mean, it was more than just the deepness of the song, because I can.
I just saw too much. The suffering and everything. Even though one would say that with what he did, it's deserved in a way. It's just the suffering.
The production itself heightened the stress of the scenes, and again, I mean, you can give the production credit for what it was able to, how it was able, it made us feel a certain way. But the thing is, I mean, but a lot of it was achieved through not the best practices vocally.
Yeah.
And anyways, it was and things that should only be used sparingly. But again, I mean, credit where credit is due. It was a stressful. It was meant to be a stressful scene, and the production made it very stressful. And actually, we were having dinner while we watched. I got major indigestion and lightheadedness. I was stressed out, and I don't get panic attacks.
Yeah.
So it was even for someone who doesn't have this condition, it was stressful.
Yeah.
It was stressful.
Well, anyway, should I play a little bit of the stress? I mean, we're getting to the end.
Well,
I guess we'll play a little bit of this
let's do
because
it.
if I just play the thing at the end that everyone knows, I don't think. Oh, wait a minute! I clicked on the wrong one.
Yep, we're not gonna
And be,
get audio,
and
and people are gonna be upset.
before I spend a few minutes doing that, uh, and waiting for everyone to notice that there's no sound. Now here we go. We're on the right scene, but there's nothing there. So let me load it up. Judas's death. Okay. Well, and this is where Judas kills himself. At least according to the film. I don't know if he killed himself in the stage production that we saw because I didn't stay
We
to the
didn't
end.
stick around to the end
Yeah.
to see it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's getting intense again now. I don't know that he knew that. I did it for the good. And it's like, ugh, I don't think he's going to forgive you. Crucifixion ain't a good way.
No.
All right. All right. Well, there you go. You got a little taste of it. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Let's get going here. I'm holding it together, folks. If I sound bad tonight, I apologize. It's just I'm not in the greatest of conditions. I think that thing affected me Wednesday. Was it Wednesday? Yeah.
Yes.
And then tonight, well, all day today, really bad. Maybe something's trying to keep me from releasing this episode. Well, it's already out there. All right, here we go. Trial before Pilate, and this gave me some. I know that Roger Waters and Andrew Lloyd Webber did not get along.
Really?
No, they didn't like each other, but I heard some
What's
connections.
the tea?
I don't know.
Hey, Kevin M. Kraft is here. Hey, welcome.
I just remember that Roger Waters, had some commentary about in one of his songs about the piano lid coming down and breaking Andrew Lloyd Webber's fingers and stuff. And it says this awful stuff goes for years and years and years. But I hear parallels between this trial of Pilate and the trial in The Wall.
Maybe that's why they don't like each other, because they copy each other.
Well, the theme, well, that one motive from Phantom of the Opera, bum 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 bum, bum 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 bum, was from a Pink Floyd song, but it was just a motive. It's just a motif, so it's not like
really. Okay. So they were constantly accusing each other of stealing each other's material.
I wouldn't say constantly. I just think Roger Waters had a problem with that, and then, but that happened probably more than 10 years after. No, that well more than 10 years, probably like 15 years later.
It's hard to, however.
But it's a motif. It's a motive.
Yeah,
and it's chromatic. Bum,
it's
bum,
chromatic.
Bum,
You can't copyright a chromatic scale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway,
interesting.
I heard parallels here. It's kind of wild, kind of out there. It is a rock opera after all, folks.
Yeah.
So we shall move on. Next week, I'd like to have an artist, if we can get an artist on.
It would be nice to talk to artists.
And maybe play some music that, I mean, every time I play music, I'm like, oh man, it's going to make me edit this out. And then Superstar, the one we all know. I'll say one thing. Weber could come up with some ideas that are memorable and you can't get out of your head.
Very true. Very true.
I've had some motifs from this musical in my head all day today, and it was driving me crazy.
All alone with memories.
Oh, memory. Yeah, well,
the sun.
this was like the biggest musical hit in the UK up until Memory from
Yeah,
Cats.
Cats, and then Phantom of the Opera ran forever.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Music of the Night.
Oh, Phantom of the Opera was definitely more like an 80s rock opera.
Well, it was.
Oh, that's right.
Well, it
But
was 80s. I wouldn't
yeah,
say it's. Yeah, it was kind
it
of.
had a different
It had
vibe.
rock elements, but it wasn't as rock and roll as this one.
I don't know. It was pretty rock and roll for me. It just
Mm,
it had the 80s flavor vibe, but it makes sense. It was written in the 80s, so
yeah.
he
But
knew how
anyways,
to capture the popular music at the time and incorporate it into his stage works.
but this is where the meaning kind of comes out because what Weber was asking and Tim Rice was kind of like, people wondering, Jesus, is this true? Are you really Son of God? Did it have to be done this way? Is it really like this? I mean, are
Oh,
you really who you say you are and all that? And of course, this is not a real performance on stage, people. So don't don't think that there was ever a production that looked like this. It's
this was
Stable
Stable
Diffusion again.
Diffusion. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, why did
yeah.
you
Why do
do
you think it
this?
says superstar without the E and it's Jesu?
I don't know. I assumed that was a picture from a production because I can't. It's zoomed out, so I can't see the.
The S in Jesus fell off
What?
and they
No,
got the E.
Jesu, isn't that the Latin version?
No, Jesus is Latin. I don't know where Jesu came from. I just know it's a song, Jesu, joy of man's desiring, but or Jesu, I don't know. But no, Jesus is Latin. In fact, Jesus' real name was probably Yoshua.
Yes.
So, um, Jesus is already Latin. But anyway, that's where like the whole meaning of the whole thing comes out. And I remember when I was kind of doing my research, not that it comes through in this episode, but when I was researching it, I remember there was a member of the clergy who had worked with them in the past on the or had done something for them in the past on the Technicolor Dreamcoat, and uh, actually did some commentary for this to help them to help assuage some fears about it. And what he wrote was, what the musical is actually asking Jesus is like, is this really how it needs to be, or this is who you are, your role, this is how it needs to be in order for it to be accomplished. And it's almost asking Jesus for some sort of proof, which I know you're not supposed to do, at least not with God, but maybe with Jesus it's a little bit acceptable. But he did express it as it's questions worth asking. I guess there's no shame in really asking for a connection. Um,
Nope.
so
Of course not.
I think we're going to skip over that. That
Yeah.
could be seen as sacrilegious, all these, but that's what Stable Diffusion gave me for the
Stable
crucifix.
diffusion is
There
sacrilegious
was a
all the time.
crucifixion, and the lyrics do stay true to what you read in the Bible. Jesus does ask God, Father, why have you, well, he said, forgotten me in the lyrics here. Why have you forgotten me? But then towards the end, it's like, it is accomplished or it is completed, and so it was prophecy fulfilled. And I know that there is no scene or anything for the resurrection, but the instrumental at the end, this one here, John 19:41, does sound uplifting. So it does end with some uplifting music. In fact, I think we could probably use some. So I think I'm going to play it.
Yes.
So it does kind of like almost insinuate or allow the viewer to for those who believe in the resurrection, it invites you to do so. I would say at least that, you know. So that's good. I almost don't want to speak anymore to ruin the peaceful ending.
It is a beautiful score, Kevin. I agree 100%. Yeah.
Yes. So, yes, overall, I think the music, and that's what we focused on, was very good. Unfortunately, can't play all of it.
Right. I
But
wish the production we watched was better. We should have started off with the 1973 movie.
hmm but the thing is, that was done not as like a musical. It was a movie musical, and it
Oh,
was
so they adapted it.
yeah. Well, and it had an extra song in it, and it also had. It opens apparently with the actors arriving in the desert to perform this thing. Uh, Now they act it out like it's a movie and stuff, but it kind of gives you it breaks that fourth wall sort of thing
Oh, that's okay.
where it starts
Interesting.
off with them as actors to play these roles.
I wonder why they
Interesting.
did that. Yeah.
Well, I guess it also because the man who made the film, I think he also was the guy that made Fiddler on the Roof.
Oh,
Hold on, let me look it up. I just want to make sure I'm correct.
another good musical.
Um, well, the film, who produced the film or directed, I think I should say, who directed the film Fiddler on the last name is Jewison. Yeah, Jewison. Norman Jewison. That's him. Yeah, he directed this and Fiddler on the Roof. And so I think the idea was to say, these are actors playing out parts. And this whole thing is kind of like a recreation of the story in a way, but by doing it that way, it's almost like saying this is like our take on it. This is where we are able to ask some questions about it by
Right.
portraying
Not
it like
through,
that,
yeah.
like showing them behind the scenes. It's like, hey, these are real people. We're real people. We're here trying to make this thing, and in doing so, it's almost like like biblical movies to this point had been so rigid and so Hollywood polished, where it almost takes a lot of the struggle out of it and a lot of the pain out of it that would have been there. And it also doesn't ask any questions or anything. And I'm not saying questions in an insulting way, but just things like that. Like Jesus asked in the Garden of Gethsemane, it's like, do I really have to do this? Is this really what I have to do? Is there any other way? You know? So I think with such a tragic story, that's a question that does bear some asking, although it's too late now, but, you know. Well, anyway, folks, I'm sorry for my poor performance this evening, but um, I've been in poor health all day, and I don't mean just regular sick stuff. I wasn't sure if I was going to be
No,
able to do this.
yeah, we weren't sure that earworms was going to happen today. So, yeah, we're all glad you're feeling better. And
Well, better enough to do this, but not good. So, folks, next week, I don't know what it'll be, but we are going to try to have something special. I think it's also good to do another change of pace a little bit. I'm hoping to have an artist next week.
would be
You know
nice
what?
to have
Is
an artist.
Kevin there?
Kevin is here. Kevin M. Kraft is in the chat.
Folks in the audience, Kevin M. Kraft um, is an author. And
Musician,
uh,
songwriter,
yes, he's a
cigar
cigar box guitar player
builder. Yeah.
and builder, and also an author.
Yep. Christian fiction
I
author.
was wondering if you'd like to be on next week, Kevin. I know you've done Liza's show, but this one's a little bit different. If he's there, maybe we'll get an answer and we'll know.
He
If
says
not,
yes.
yes, that would be great.
Yes.
You could do it similar to Liza's show. We'll talk during the week just to make sure you're all right. We use EVMux for this, so you'll have a browser-based platform to log into and everything. Uh, it doesn't mean there aren't any technical difficulties, but I think we'll have a great time.
Yeah.
And we could talk about Dobro, your books, as well as your cigar box guitars.
Yep.
Or if you want to focus on either, let me know. If you want to focus on the books, we can do that.
Yeah. We like talking stories.
Yes, we've done that with Swappers and Star Wars Retold. So that's an audio drama, but definitely could talk about your books. And I have like 3 of them, so I'm gonna check them out before next time, and we could talk.
Cool.
All righty.
Well, how can Kevin reach you? Because I mean, Kevin, you could
send
always
him my email.
Okay.
Use the Wayfarer Project one. Lawrence at thewayfarerproject.com.
Okay. All right. So if you can't find Lawrence's contact, just email me, Kevin. We'll coordinate that way.
Yeah, sounds good. I was wanting to do an artist, and then he showed up out of nowhere.
Yes.
That's serendipity.
Yes. Or is it?
All right, folks. Thank you for bearing with us this evening. Next week, I will endeavor to be much healthier. And so we are going to say goodnight with some Olivier Douchet playing the Star Spangled Banner.